Ohio State is currently the favorite to win the national championship in 2025. Now it's the month of May, so what does that really mean? I mean, put as much stock as you want to in that, but I'll say this right now. I'm a big believer in Julian Sayin. Has not been named the starting quarterback. I think that'll happen right around mid-August based on what Ryan Day has done when it comes to naming the starting quarterback, but Julian Sayin, tell you what, I'm a believer. All right? Peep this lower third here from Caden Smith. Believe what I'm saying. Better believe what I'm saying. Believe what he's saying. If you don't believe what I'm saying, you can watch it in the fall, but I'm trying to get us all aligned here before games actually get played, before he goes out and does what he does in the fall. Dude's going to be a baller, all right? I'll tell you why in just a matter of moments. Before we do that, though, Ohio State fans, make sure you are subscribed. If you want more Buckeye content, hey, why don't you talk more about Ohio State on your YouTube channel? Well, if you subscribe, it lets us know that you want to see more Ohio State content, so therefore we get you what you want, to put it simply, all right? Now, again, as we sit here right now, nobody has seen Julian Sayin start a college football game. So with that being the parameters, or being the preface to this conversation, I will say I like the clues a lot with this kid. Because that's all we have to go off of, right? A little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of rumblings here, murmurs there. I like the clues. 5-star quarterback, nice clue to go off of. But the scouting report on him is interesting. He was, per Charles Power, the most accurate quarterback in that cycle. Not a bad label. It's even more impressive of a label when you consider who else was in that cycle. A1 DJ Lagway. Okay, so that also kind of boosts him up a little bit. So you got that clue. Nick Saban wanted him on his football team when he was at Alabama. Now Nick Saban retires. Julian Sayin's like, well, I came to play for Saban. I'm going to go somewhere else. Nick Saban's not recruiting bad quarterbacks, dude. I mean, look at his track record recruiting quarterbacks, from a Bryce Young to a Tua Tagovailoa to a Mac Jones. Like, yep, he's okay at evaluating quarterbacks, I would say. And he's also okay at bringing on coaches that are good at evaluating quarterbacks. So take of that as you will. And finally, I also like the way this guy's wired, man. Now, I haven't spoken to him, don't know him personally, but just based on the sheer fact that when he hits the portal, from what I understand, it wasn't a thing where Ohio State's beating down his door and trying to bring him in. He's like, I want to go where I can get developed. Kid from Southern California. I'm going to go to Ohio State. Like, Ohio State, from what I have heard, they were trying to figure out if they were able to take him to want to bring him in. And our quarterback room is going to always pretty much be stacked. Where Ohio State, it's stacked right now. Do we want to bring somebody else in? At that point in time, Aaron Nolan's in the room. You had Will Howard in the room already. I believe you had Lincoln Keenholz there. Devin Brent. It was a pretty substantial room. And Julian Sayin's, no, I'm cool. I want to go to Ohio State. They develop quarterbacks. I'm not scared to compete. You need that in major college football, especially at a place like Ohio State, where being the quarterback at a place like that is the most visible spot, I think, in the entire state of Ohio, professional or college sports, from what I can gather. I like that wiring a lot. You need that. I think that'll serve him well. Now, on top of all that, being in a place like Ohio State and being the quarterback there, it's no secret. The skill players around him are going to be top tier. Jeremiah Smith, the best player in college football. I could go down the line here and name all the receivers. I'm going to save us all some time. We all know who's on that roster. It's not a situation, though, where Julian Sayin is going to go in there and just be a cog in the machine. You hear that a lot about first-year starting quarterbacks. Just don't crash the car. They're not going to ask him to do too much. No, Julian Sayin, your job is to get the ball to the best players in college football, the best player in college football, like I just told you. It's not a situation where he's not still going to lift heavy weight. Now, with that metaphor, he's going to have some good spotters. Ryan Day, people forget, dude's an offensive coach. Dude called plays for a long time in college football, so you're in good hands there. Brian Hartline, first-year OC as a play caller, sure, but he was also game planning with Chip Kelly for the entirety of last year's national title run, so I think he's going to be up for the task. And then to pair with all what I just said, the skill players. A lot of weight going to be asked of Julian Sayin to lift, but still a lot around him to maximize him and to be able to get done what they need to get done. So I'm excited about Julian Sayin. The spring game, to me, got me extra juiced and was a thing where it felt a little bit more tangible to point to and say, okay, we're hearing this on Letterman Row, we're hearing this from the coaches, we're hearing this from what he was as a recruit, but to see him in the spring game go out there and deal some darts on demand, if you will, making different kind of throws. He's got that 3 ball over the top, dropping it into Max Clare when the safeties separate, a couple of passes deep in the end zone with some nice touch. Was it perfect? No. But I have to believe now, with another fall camp under his belt, with the offense eventually, I think, being more tailored to his skill set as they progress and game plan for him, I'm buying all the stock I can in Julian Sayin. All right? I don't think that Ohio State as an offense will take any steps backwards in the passing game. In fact, I would argue that with the arm talent of a Julian Sayin and with the progression of a Jeremiah Smith and with your wide receiver coach now calling plays in Brian Hartline, I would go so far as to say I think the passing game is going to be better in 2025 with Julian Sayin. It's not knocking Will Howard, just a different skill set, different arm talent. I'm taking Julian Sayin. So I can't wait to watch what he is. I'm a big believer in the guy. If Ohio State doesn't accomplish their goals in 2025, I don't think it'll be squarely on Julian Sayin's shoulders. I like a lot of what he brings to the table. I'm trusting Ryan Day. I'm trusting the clues. I'm trusting Nick Saban. Not a bad way to go. And I think Julian Sayin's going to ball out of control here in 2025. Appreciate y'all being locked in, Ohio State fans. Let me know in the comment section. Let me know on the socials, Instagram, Twitter, @JudyPicKell, your confidence level in Julian Sayin first year as the guy in Columbus, assuming it goes that way. Cato on the ones and twos. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. We'll keep this party rolling, and we will see y'all next time.